West Loop is the hottest dining neighborhood in Chicago. Every spot is trendy, popular, and delicious. The bar is set very high, and when Formento's bursted on the scene last year, it showed that it had staying power and could give the hot West Loop a dose of cool Italian. Being a first-generation Italian, it's really important to me to find a neighborhood Italian spot that I can feel at home at, and one that I can recommend to friends and family. But sometimes you want an updated take on the classics, and you also want to feel like you're a part of the scene. Well, Formento's accomplishes all of that. Chef Wambach has had a decorated culinary career, from Michelin star kitchens in France to executive chef of the Four Seasons in Chicago. He now leads the kitchen at Formento's, bringing his skill and refined hand to this eclectic Italian cuisine. Okay, Chef, you have one of the most varied and extensive culinary backgrounds I've ever seen, and you've worked all over the world. Why Italian cooking now?
Why Italian cooking now? That's a good question. I always like to challenge myself when it comes to new projects, new cuisines. I'll hop around quite a bit. I'll go from independent restaurants to luxury hotels, back to independent restaurants.
So the actual dishes here, some of these are so beautiful. I want to know what dishes you created for the menu that you're most proud of.
So for me, the packery we have here is like an oversized rigatoni. In a sense, we extrude it upstairs, nothing but durum flour and water. Then you have snappy scallions, cured lemons, a little bit of serrano chili, some shallots.
Just so fresh looking, it just looks like summer. Now here we have a Branzino.
Yeah, Branzino, again, classic Italian fish. You'll see that on a lot of Italian menus throughout the city. So we're talking about spigarello earlier, which is an Italian broccoli leaf. So this is a leaf that's related to broccoli. It can be quite tough, so you have to blanch it for about 4 or 5 minutes. It's like a Swiss chard or a kale or something like that.
Okay, kind of like a Swiss chard. Now, what have we got here? A type of crudo, I see?
Yeah, it's a crudo, and I think it's important, especially in the summer months, to have a nice crudo on the menu. It's yellowtail or hamachi, and I think that's a fish that people can identify
it's a crowd favorite.
Really well with. Yeah, it's a crowd favorite for sure.
Now here we've got a whipped ricotta, right?
Yeah, so whipped ricotta. So again, this is going to be a mainstay on the menu. We're going to change the garnish with the seasons because everybody loves a good whipped ricotta. Before we had English peas and fava beans and a few other things for spring. Now moving into summer, we're hitting more radish, beans, peppers. And then in the fall, we're going to move more towards maybe roasted squash with raw apple. Maybe in winter, we'll do Italian black truffle. It's just something that's going to be on the menu.
Perfect. It complements the seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful dish. And now I get to eat these beautiful dishes. So thank you, Chef.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Christiana DeLuca is Formento's first ever bar director and has already been collecting accolades for her unique cocktail menu and traditional Italian shoutouts. Okay, Christiana, tell me how you came up with your cocktail menu to complement the bar program.
Well, this being an Italian restaurant, we definitely sell a lot of wine. So as to not sort of compete with the wine program, I wanted to complement it by sort of bookending it.
No, I love it. Now, this one kind of is per iniziare, so it's to start with, as well as a classic, but you've updated it. Now, this is a Negroni. Everyone, Negroni, as you know, is my favorite cocktail of all time, but you've updated a bit. So tell me what we've got going on in this Negroni.
So this Negroni, really, the biggest difference is that it's lighter and brighter. It's definitely a summer Negroni.
Right, you can tell because the Galliano also, it's that herbaceous feel to it, but it also is a little sweet, which complements the bitterness of the Campari. And it is really light, so perfect for summer. What have we got going on here? This one's really pretty.
This one, yes, you can see the color on this one. This one is called the Ecto Cooler. I don't know how many people remember actually drinking that high-C stuff that was pure corn syrup, but this is an adult beverage for sure. The color comes from a combination of fresh basil and Galliano.
Well, you've done an amazing job.
Thank you.
Updating some classics and coming up with, obviously, your own take on some incredible Italian cocktails. So cheers, or of course you have to say salute.
Salute.
Salute. Formento's and Nonna's encompass everything about great Italian food, from the casual street style to the high-end chef-driven classics and reinventions. It has made a lasting impression on the hard-to-impress West Loop crowd and beyond. And if you're in the mood for something more casual, come check out their sister restaurant. It's right next door. It's called Nonna's, and they have delicious Italian sandwiches, salads, and more.